It's time.
It's happening. It's time. Welcome, everyone.
Hello and welcome to this super exciting webinar. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited and I hope you enjoyed. I was back. I was grooving with that little countdown. Couldn't wait. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We have some really, really exciting things ahead today. So I'm just going to get right in it. But one thing to note, too, this is being recorded. So I'm sure after this, you are going to want to come back and rewatch, or you're going to have friends, colleagues, and just know it is being recorded. We'll get it up on our YouTube channel today as soon as we can. But just to quickly give a couple intros here before we dive in. Hello, everybody. I am Stephanie Grice, and I'm Senior Education Manager here at Travefy. But we're also joined today by Scott Rutz, who's the VP of Commercial Team.
Hey.
And he's also one of the founding team members, so you have watched it grow all this time into even what it is today that you're going to learn about all the new stuff.
Absolutely. So much fun. So much fun.
So much. But we also have Liard Pereva, who is our Senior Product Manager, joining us. So welcome,
Hey,
Liard. We're so excited to have you.
Likewise.
Liard's awesome because two things especially. A, his last name is super fun to say, so cool. Pereva. I love it. And two, he has a British accent. So anything he says sounds amazing and makes Travefy sound even smarter. So
yes, we keep saying it gives us some credibility, I feel like, when you hear this amazing accent like that. So that's why we brought him in. No, just kidding. You're going to learn a lot about what he's been doing behind the scenes. So it's really exciting, him and the team. But speaking of the team, we got a whole crew in the background right now. So in the chat and Q&A, we have it going this whole session. So put your questions, feedback, comments, all the fun things in there. But we have some of our product and design team back there. We have Ellie, Kyle, Ryan, and we also have Murphy from our support team in there as well. So if you get a response back from one of the team members, just know they're in the background, just having a good time back there as well.
Party in the back, business in the front, party in the back.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, they get a really fun part of just firing off on that keyboard, answering back, and seeing what you have to say. So keep the chat going and use that Q&A and all that good stuff. But at the end, we will have time for to answer some of those questions. So we can't get to all of them, but we will get to as many as we can at the end. So all of that fun stuff. But okay, we're already a few minutes in. I don't want to take more because this is going to get big. So, Scott, can you, what do we have to, what are we talking about today? What is all, can you start unraveling all the really fun stuff that we're about to talk about?
I will do my best. We got a lot to cover today and it's super exciting. But yeah, just to echo Stephanie, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're really, really excited about this. So we're, super excited to give you a first look at one of our biggest product releases in Travefy's history. If you were with us at our roadmap webinar late last year in December, you'll remember we laid out some really bold goals to deliver all new CRM tools in the first half of 2025. And well, today is the day, and we can't wait to show you what we've been building. So we're really, really excited and thrilled about it. But, when we launched Travefy's itinerary platform back in 2015, we set out to build really the gold standard of itinerary management, a platform that made it easy to create stunning professional itineraries that your clients would love. We built in hundreds of supplier integrations, destination content, a live flights database, mobile apps, all of that your clients would rave about, and you'd actually get referral business and repeat business just from those great tools that you're using in addition to your service. And it worked. Those itineraries became the heartbeat of our platform and a critical link in the advisor-client relationship. Now, we realized that the itinerary wasn't just a trip summary. It was where you really showcased your value as a travel advisor as well, your knowledge, your care, your professionalism. It's where your clients feel the difference when working with a real expert for you as an advisor. And that became one of our guiding principles. Everything we build should amplify your value and deepen your client relationships. So fast forward to a lot of the problems that we've been solving, and we've really heard you. Over the years, we've heard the feedback that's just been crystal clear. I don't want to bounce between CRMs and spreadsheets and invoicing tools and all of these different things. I want to send invoices directly from Travefy. I already have the itinerary built within there that informs and builds out the invoice as well. I want to see all of my client communication in one place. I want to track commissions without using spreadsheets or other systems. And really, we heard you. So we kept building. We were adding in client management tools, proposal tools, PCI compliant credit card authorizations, tasks and reminders, a drag and drop website builder, and even our new travel agent program with custom website domains and email account hosting for new advisors to help you look like a pro from day one. But we knew there was still a big leap ahead, and today marks that leap. So we're proud to unveil the first chapter of Travefy's new CRM experience, built from the ground up to simplify your workflow and streamline how you manage your entire business inside a single platform. So this launch includes some really exciting areas. Firstly, invoices. Invoices will help you send professional branded invoices tied directly to trips. No more manual data entry. You can autofill an invoice from an itinerary in one click, set payment schedules, and collect PCI compliant credit card authorizations, and track all of it in Travefy. Contacts, we've relaunched and completely revamped the contacts experience to make it easier to organize client data like birthdays, loyalty numbers, passports, and preferences with custom fields and a clean new user interface. Next, commissions. Say goodbye to spreadsheets and jumping between different systems. Now and very, very soon, you'll track and manage commissions that are linked to trips and clients, and you can auto-populate commissions in a single click from an invoice. Also, email. We've seen this as a huge need for a while, and we're excited that now you can connect your existing branded email address. So everything you send from Travefy can come from your own business email address, which will improve email deliverability. And even better, you can view all of your client email communication directly in the client profile. This will be available for Gmail, Outlook, and IMAP, which will cover and support virtually any email provider out there. Now, these are some incredible releases that have been long awaited by many of you, but this isn't just an upgrade. It's really a connected system that saves time, reduces human error, and helps you deliver a more professional experience without needing 5 different tools in the process. And we think you'll really see that during the product demo when Stephanie and Liart take you through that. So these releases represent thousands of hours our team's been working on over the past few months, and we're really investing back in our product for you, based entirely on what you've told us and the needs that you have. And everything you see today, our team has built basically in the last 4 months. So we've been working really hard to move super fast and try to deliver as much value to you, to our customers, as fast as possible. Now, what's even more exciting about all of this is we're not done yet. These are huge releases that we're showing you today, but they're just the beginning. These releases serve as the foundation of future tools we'll be building for better client management, automation, reporting, and connecting your data back to your agency or your host. So while we couldn't be more excited about these releases, we're even more excited about the enhancements we have that are in the works and will continue to improve and build the CRM for you. So now, before we dive into this live demo, I do want to take a moment to recognize the incredible team behind all of this. Now, to our product and engineering team in our offices in Nebraska and New Jersey, and all of our team members that work remotely, you've absolutely crushed it. The level of thoughtfulness, craftsmanship, hustle you've shown over the past several months, planning and building, has been nothing short of inspiring. So product team, thank you so much for your dedication and all of the work that you've poured into this. Now, I also want to take a moment to honor Adam Barney, one of our staff engineers who passed away unexpectedly last month. Adam was a brilliant mind, a passionate teammate, and a genuinely incredible human. He truly helped raise the bar at Travefy, and he helped build big parts of what you're going to see today. His code, his leadership, his standards are woven into this release, and we hope this work honors his legacy inside Travefy and into the broader developer community he was a champion for. Our team will be forever grateful for the gift that Adam was to all of us. Sorry, I get this from my dad that I get emotional. So if you're here in the live chat, I just want to give the product team a shout out. please show the product team some love. If you're in the chat, just let them know how much you appreciate the work that they're building into this. They're really the unsung heroes behind everything that you see today. So it's really, really fun to showcase this. Now, on that note, I want to talk about our product team and how they really tackled these releases. So Liart, there are a lot of problems that you and the product team were thinking about as you were jumping into this. And Liart is one of the masterminds behind all of these releases. So he's spent months really listening to users, thinking about these things. So Liart, tell us some of the large kind of overarching problems that you and the team were really thinking about as you're building all of this new CRM functionality out.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. And hey, everyone. So excited to be here with you today, and thank you for joining us. But on that note, before we dive into demos and all the exciting features that we've been building and Scott's mentioned, I did want to take a few minutes to talk about why we've built what we've built, what problems we've been laser focused on solving, and why this matters for you, no matter what kind of advisor you are. So at the heart of the CRM work is really a very simple goal. It's to give you back your time, to remove friction, and to help you run your business like a pro. So whether you're an experienced advisor juggling dozens of clients or just getting started and building your book of business, there are some challenges we've constantly heard from all of you. These include too much time spent on copying and pasting, whether it's taking a payment amount from your itinerary and retyping it into an invoice, or digging through an email to update a contact's preference. It all adds up. Too much switching between tools is another big one we've heard. We have one tool for itineraries, another for invoices, a separate CRM, your email inbox, a spreadsheet for commissions, and I'm pretty sure probably a bunch of sticky notes too. Too much time spent chasing details is another one. Important info hidden in emails, payments missed because spreadsheets go out of sync, or a commission owed that just slips through the cracks. And of course, the big one, not enough time spent doing what actually drives your business, connecting with clients, closing bookings, and building those experiences. So late last year, we asked, what would it look like if you didn't have to switch between so many tools? Well, this question led us to build the features we're going to go through today. Invoicing inside of Travefy, so you can send a beautifully branded invoice tied directly to your trip in seconds with PCI compliant credit card authorizations. That's also why we built in email integration to let you view and send messages right from the contact profile in Travefy, so you're not jumping between platforms. And finally, that's what commissions is about, giving you a clear view of what's been paid, what's expected, and what's overdue without juggling those spreadsheets or those sticky notes. And I just want to reiterate, the best part is these features talk to each other. Your contact links to your trip, which links to your invoice, which links to your commissions and emails. That's not just cleaner, it's smarter. It means fewer mistakes, fewer steps, and more peace of mind. So essentially, no matter how you run your business, whether you're a solo or on a team, doing FITs or groups, new to the industry or a total pro, these updates are designed to meet you where you are and scale as you grow.
That's awesome. No, love the process that you and the team went through, talking to so many users, listening to so many needs, and really thinking through the problems that we can solve, but how we can help simplify all of it. But, when I take a step back from this, all of it comes back to tying it back to time savings and efficiency and really helping you be able to focus on your client relationships and growing your business. And, our CEO, David Shea, he's been my partner in crime here for about 13 years now, which is crazy to say. But he always, notes that the greatest barrier for growth for advisors is 24 hours in a day. It's not all of these other things that you hear out there. It's literally just 24 hours in a day that you have to build and grow your business. And we think that's so true. Now, when we look at these CRM tools and the user interviews that we've done and the usage stats that we've seen, we look at this and we can see these types of functionalities and workflows that we're building within Travefy could save advisors upwards of 200 some hours per year in terms of not having to jump back and forth between systems and doing manual data entry. That's incredible. 200 hours. That's almost 5 work weeks that you get back in your year by streamlining what you're doing and working more within a single platform. Now, plus, we're seeing the results flowing in. We released Invoices during training camp a few months ago. And as we've been watching the usage grow and grow and grow, it's been incredible to see, because now invoices alone we're processing over multiple millions of dollars in transactions and invoices in a single week over week, and it continues to grow. So it's very quickly becoming just one of the biggest payment platforms out there. And so we're super excited just to see the adoption of advisors using it and leveraging it. So we see the massive impact these releases can have for travel advisors and agency owners. But ultimately, this release is about you. You're the reason we go to work every day. It's about giving you powerful tools to help you run smoothly without a bunch of tech headaches. It's about eliminating friction, like Liart mentioned, saving time and helping you grow with confidence. And most importantly, it's about building tools that reflect how you actually work, which is a perfect segue into our live demo to showcase some of these releases. So with that, I want to dive in. So Liart, Stephanie, take us through some of these incredible updates that we have today.
Ooh, I'm so excited. So thank you so much. I'm just like, I hear like, yeah, I'm so pumped about this. Okay, so let me share my screen so we can get in here. But I'm very thrilled to be the one to get to walk you through invoicing, commissions, and email integration today. So Invoices, as Scott mentioned, has been out for a couple months, but these next two, it is the first time. So this is exciting. So let me share my screen here. I'm just going to get this going. Now, first thing that I want to start off with in these demos, I'm going to go through 3 of these. The first one that I want to talk about is invoicing. So let's start off with that, because again, we released that back in April, and those are crazy stats that, Scott mentioned. It's truly helping advisors save so much time. But since we've released it during training camp, we've also added some really amazing enhancements. So I just want to walk you through just how seamless this is to set up, and also how easy it is for the traveler to manage and make those payments as well. So let's go into demo mode here. Let's pretend that my client, Susie Smith, is booking a trip with me with hotels, tours, and transfers. So we've already finalized the trip details. So you can see, here's my trip right here. She already has her all of her information, her itinerary, but now it's time to send her the invoice. So let's build that really quick together, and you're gonna see just how simple and easy this is. So let's start off by adding this invoice. So what you're going to do, if this is the first time you've seen this, you're just going to go ahead and keep everything in this one trip. So talk about organization. It's amazing. So we're just going to go ahead and add this invoice. Now you can see this invoice is created now. And one thing I do want to point out here is you can name this invoice whatever you want. So you have complete control, but we do give you an auto-generated code, which is unique to you and the trip. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep it at that, but just to know that you can change that if you wanted. Now, another really amazing tool built in here is that you can actually auto pull line items, or like the tours, the transfers, whatever it might be, directly from the itinerary. So they're working together. So how you would do this is I can drop down right here from this select itinerary mode, and I can just go ahead and say the itinerary and then just auto populate it from here. Look at this. Look at everything populate automatically. This on its own is incredible. But what's also really great is that you are able to go in and you can manually edit any of this. So if you need to add description, change that, change pricing. If you need to, add a little more to pricing, you can to, fluff up prices if you need. But then you also can add items. So we can always add another item here and just say, like, if we wanted to put in like the final deposit, we could put that in here. And I'm just going to go ahead and I could add, let's just say 2,000, and then we can also increase that. And you'll notice as I'm doing this that the total amount displays down here. So that's one thing that's really nice, is it's auto calculating all of this for you. What's also really nice is you do have the option. I'm going to come back to this, because you do have the option to display only the total here for your client to see. So you'll see how I have line by line and I have all this, but if you don't want your client to see the actual details of every line, you can just say only display the total. So you could do that if you wanted. Now, next up, the other great thing that you can do here is you're also able to add different installments, so different payments. So if you want to use a payment schedule, you can do that. You just go ahead and right down here, just check that box of use payment schedule. We can add an installment. So we could say, you know, this is the first deposit, and then maybe this is final deposit. And you can add all that here. And here's one thing that I absolutely love. Here, let me finish typing this. Because if any of you are like me and really bad at math, watch this. It actually starts to calculate this out for me. So it makes it a little easier. See that? Feel like a genius. So that's one thing that's really nice about that as well. And then you can also, of course, you know, choose those dates. So it's really easy, as you can see, you know, how to put this together. Before you send this off, you also can include your terms and conditions. You can attach any documents in there if you need as well. But now one thing that I want to show you is before we send this off to a client, we can also just preview it. So this is nice to know that you can quickly just preview this, see what this will look like for your client. Now you can see that I did not display the price individually for each line item. So it is just giving the quantity and then the total due. But I could, if I wanted to, just to show you the difference here, let's uncheck that. Now let's preview it. And there you'll see if you did display line by line, that's how it would look. So it's nice having that option in there. So then in here, you'll be able to see and send this off to this person. So let me just go ahead. You can send it off to, you know, someone in here. Let's send it to Susie and send email and done. Now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to open another invoice I have. So I started this one before the webinar just to show you what it looks like when things start getting paid. But actually, nope, it's this one. So in this one, you can see this is one that got sent to a client already, and they've already started making payments. So what's nice about this is that they have this one view that they can always come back to and see, when is my next payment? So the next payment due is $7,000. Or they can also say like, well, it's not due yet, but I'm going to go ahead and give you $1,000 just to get that out of the way now. They could do that as well. And then they can just enter their, you know, payment method in there. So it's very easy. And then what's great is then you're also able to come in and you can view when things are paid. And something else that's really nice, we added this shortly after releasing this a couple months ago, where you also can just go ahead and mark things as paid. So if, you know, Susie comes into my office with a $7,000 check, which is a very large check, then I might be like, perfect, that's great. Let me just go ahead and mark this as paid. So it just makes it really simple and easy to use. But now I want to go back to something here, because I want to talk about something. If anybody's eyes caught this, do you notice something new? If you've been using invoicing before, you might notice this money symbol here. What is that? Well, drum roll, this is where commissions comes in. So this is one of the things I know everyone's like, let's go. So in here, we now have the commissions. Now this is coming soon. We'll talk about more timeline here in just a bit, but I have a little access here so I can show you a sneak peek. But basically what you're able to do now is on these invoices, or you can add it manually, which I'll show you, can custom add commission tracking. You're able to say, okay, for this hotel reservation, let me go ahead and track in all the information for my commission as well. So I can add all this information in here. And then what you'll be able to do is you can see all of your commissions in here. So I'm going to open my commission. So again, this isn't out right now. We'll talk about it in just a little bit. But here's where now my business, I can see what I'm making, what is still due. I can keep track of everything in here for my commissions. So you'll see right here, this top one was that commission that I put in. So you can put, you know, the commission split, all of that good stuff in here. And then you also can add when is it actually received. So you'll see so far I've made 1.4 thousand, which amazing. And then I can just still see what's coming. So you can keep track of all of that right in here. But you saw me do this from an invoice, but you also could come in here and actually just say new commission and create one in here as well. So you can add them manually in here too. So it's really easy. So not only is it helping you stay organized, but now you know what you're owed and when. And so Liard, I have to bring you in real quick because this is, first of all, a really cool tool that the team has created. But you've even told us that, recently you've talked to advisors and you hear how sometimes money can literally get left on the table, like thousands of dollars. And this is going to help them get paid. So that's exciting, just right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we aim to really call out when, commissions are outstanding, maybe you received less than expected, really making that clear for you as an advisor. So you're then able to follow up and make sure you get what you deserve as an advisor.
Get what you deserve. I like that. Yes, get paid. We should have had some props, some money flying all over. Just pretend. But it's so amazing. But this is already okay. So this is already so exciting with invoicing or the invoices and commissions. I'm not even done yet because something you've heard us talk about is how to keep all the client communication connected. So enough about, getting paid, very important, but it's also important to just have a great experience for your clients and stay connected. And now you can easily keep your emails viewable in your Travefy account with email integration. Now, this one, man, people have been very excited, and as have we been. So I'm very excited to show this to you on how you can keep everything connected. Now I have to say here, let me go back to my trips here before I just release everything, spill the beans. But we've released to our beta testing group the ability to connect your Gmail account in Travefy. So there's some of you who might already have it connected. And soon there's going to be also more email options available. And we'll share more info about that in just a couple minutes. But first, I just want to show you the magic of how this works and how easy it is to get started and set it up. Now, where you're going to find email integration at right now is you're going to find it in the contacts. So in your client profile. So remember earlier, my pretend client here is Susie Smith. So you can see as I open her contact profile, you will see, let me give a quick call out, that you'll see some new stuff in here. This is what Scott was mentioning earlier, that our team just recently released a lot of new features in here where you can now add, loyalty programs, travel preferences, passport information, all of that really easily in here. But now, here's the new thing. If your eye is seeing it, that email all the way on the far right, you see that? Now I can connect my email account. Now, again, right now is only Gmail, and we'll have more coming very soon. But I want to show you how easy it is to set up that I just removed my account, and I'm just going to do it right now in front of everybody so you can see how easy this is. So let's get our email in here, and you're going to see this. There's some cool stuff here. So let's connect my email account. So I am just going to click sign in. I am going to go to my Katie Sanders account here and sign in. And then you're just going to go ahead and select that Travefy can access this. Click continue. Done. Would that take a few seconds? And here's the best part. Notice how my inbox just filled up. It is automatically going to recognize the email associated with this contact and pull in all of your correspondence in there. So it'll have all your past email threads in here. So I can come in, I can look at everything. I can, compose new messages, but I can see everything that's been talked about in here. And I can also reply. I look at the chat. Everyone's like, oh my gosh. It is so cool. And now what's one thing that I want to show you is if you did want to create a new email, super easy. You just click compose, and then you can just, set up your email there. Or you can see too that I had gotten a flight question from, from Susie, my traveler. So I could go ahead and I'm just going to drop in my email here, just my email response. And you can do things like add links. You can do all that formatting in there as well. And then just click reply. and done. I don't have to leave Travefy now to go set up and send that email. I can send it right in here. So you'll never lose a thread. You'll never forget what they talked about, and all that good stuff. But one thing that's really nice too is this is coming from my email, which is going to help with deliverability. So that is another thing that is just really big and very exciting about this as well. Now, okay, this was cool, but this is also where it gets exciting. I saw some people in the chat asking this already. So you're seeing Gmail today. So right now I just connected my Gmail account, but very, very soon you will have Outlook. So Outlook users, you are up next. I saw that in the chat. I'm like, I got something cool for you here, but it gets even better. All right, I need to take Liart and Scott, get prepared for the exciting part.
Yes, to say the email integration is popular is the understatement of the year. The chat is literally exploding right now. This is amazing.
It is so, I know. I was like, and it's so quick and easy. I'm like, I feel like I need to spend like 30 minutes talking about this, but it's so easy to use and straightforward, but it's huge. It's so game changing. But I got something else, and thank you for the Travefy team for letting me be the one to do this, because this is very exciting. Now, you heard me say that currently our beta testers have access to the Gmail integration right now, so they have it, they're in there. But all of you here today, we want to extend the offer out to you. If you want the Gmail integration turned on in your account today, you need to let us know. So here, here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to start a poll, and yes, our product team did allow us to do this. They didn't,
you fire that up. So
yeah.
Stephanie is launching the poll right now. And with this, what we're doing, if you hit that next slide, I think the poll, Stephanie, right now just says Gmail, but this is for Gmail or Outlook, correct?
I have another one for Outlook.
Oh, so another one for Outlook. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So this poll that you see right here is specifically if your email is hosted on Gmail and natively hosted on Gmail, and you want to get early access to this, go ahead and press yes on that Gmail poll. We'll have a second poll just for Outlook in there, but we want to get you early access as soon as these are ready. Liart, the Gmail integration is probably ready today that we could start getting people access to. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. Outlook is coming very, very soon in there as well. So we'll give it a few more seconds to close out the Gmail poll if you want access on the Gmail poll.
Okay, I'm going to give it a...
And going once.
Going twice. I'm ending. There we go. Okay. Let me get the results really quick. And one thing too, here, let me go back, and I'm going to get, now I want to get launch this other poll here for the Outlook. There we go. One thing I do want to call out really quick is if you're watching this on a recording, so sorry, we won't be able to turn it on for you like you're seeing right now us do live. But just know it's coming extremely soon, so don't worry. But I feel like, Oprah, like you get a car, you get a car, you get Gmail, you get Gmail. That's how I feel. And the Outlook, very excited. Okay, let's see here. Okay, oh, this is so exciting. I just can't believe when I first got to turn this on and use it, I was like flabbergasted. I was like, this is so nice. It's so easy and simple and just really cool stuff. So shout out again to the product team because it's amazing things.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we'll give it a few more seconds if you want access to the Outlook, early access to the Outlook email integration. And we'll give, Steffi shut it down. Close it out.
It started. Yeah, Perfect. It stopped. There we go.
All good. All good. Awesome. So yeah, our team will be in touch and we'll be turning those on as soon as possible. Now, jumping to that next slide, Stephanie, if you are attending this webinar and you are interested, if you're not currently using Travefy, you're not a current customer, and you're seeing some really cool stuff that you want to learn more about, we would love to connect you with our team of literal Travefy experts that can give you a one-on-one personalized walkthrough of all of these new features, as well as all of the trip management features, mobile apps, supplier integrations, all of those things. And we'd love to connect you with them for that one-on-one walkthrough. So if you are not a current user, not a current customer, there's a poll there that we will connect you directly with our team later today, and they will also reach out to you to schedule that one-on-one demo. So go ahead and click yes if you would like that one-on-one demo with our team if you're not a current customer with Travefy, and we will do that. Now, also, if you're a current customer and you're like, this is awesome, but I want more, I want to see more, we have lots of great support articles, training videos, tutorials, and more webinars that are coming because all of this is brand new and really fresh. We're still producing all those support resources, but those will be coming out very, very soon for you all. But if you're not a current user, not a current customer, and you want a one-on-one demo, go ahead and click yes on that current poll, and we will be in touch with you. And going once, going twice, sold.
Sold. There we go. Gotta love a Zoom poll, you know? So much fun.
Simple yet effective. Love it.
Exactly. Yep.
Love it. Awesome. Now, we've covered a lot. We've covered a whole bunch of stuff in the course of 36 minutes. So this was a barn burner for sure. Now, I want to recap a few things, and then I'm going to pull in Liart to talk about where we're going from here. So what we've covered today, a few things, because all of these are being released in different stages. Firstly, Invoices is live. It's in your account, ready to rock, ready to go. We've got support articles in our FAQ library already built. If you have questions, you can reach out in the live chat with our team. But Invoices are live in your account right now. The contacts revamp that we covered is live in your account as well. So all of the new structured fields, default fields, all of that new functionality, new UI is live in your account, and there's more to come here in the future with that. Email, you can get early access today, and that's what those polls were. So Gmail, we're going to be issuing early access to later today, and so you'll be able to start connecting those with your existing hosted Gmail account. Outlook is coming very, very soon. And IMAP, if you don't know what IMAP is, that's okay. It's basically the way that you can connect in almost any email service out there with this integration. And that's coming shortly as well. And so you'll just have to watch your account for any in-app updates or email on that for updates as a user. Lastly, commissions. Super, super exciting about the simplicity that it brings together and being able to connect trips with invoices, with commissions, and all of the functionality that the team's built in with that. That's coming in early July. So literally in the next few weeks, it will be released and live. So that's the timeline of some of these releases. There's a ton of stuff that's already live, new stuff that's coming out today for early access, and commissions is coming very, very soon. But as I mentioned, this is just the start. These releases serve as a foundation of what we're going to continue to build and release. So with that, Liart, on this next slide, I want to have you kind of talk through at a high level some of the areas that we're going to be enhancing and building upon with some of these releases.
Absolutely. And the chat is going crazy. So I'm excited to get to the Q&A portion as well. So I'll go ahead with the email because it's top of mind. As Scott mentioned, yes, the Outlook and then a little further out, the IMAP will be coming, but this is really just the absolute beginning of where we're going to go with this client communication piece of email. We've heard you, templates, workflow automation, that's a big one when it comes to emails. Being able to trigger email sends when an action occurs within a trip or an action occurs within the contact. This is all stuff we want to bring to your fingertips. Maybe someone has paid an invoice, so you want to send a kind of branded, unique email. Yeah, we'll be able to do that. I heard a lot about the signatures as well. That's coming very soon. We'll also be introducing attachments, being able to attach anything you want to that email for that client. And then really exciting, we will be moving emails to trips as well, whereby you can now see all of the emails that relate to a certain trip. And this is for any contact that's within that trip. But a lot of exciting stuff coming to email, and watch this space for more updates. Moving over to contacts, we're introducing more importing options soon, where you are able to import contacts list from any CRM or any kind of other tool you may use that you might want to shift some of that usage to Travefy, but we're going to introduce relationships and really have kind of a key play there of two contacts being related in some way, shape, or form. We're also going to have a lot of enhancements on the contacts list, which is the kind of homepage of contacts. And as a sneak peek and something I'm personally committing to, we will be able to sort by last name and first name. So I know the excitement is there. That's coming. And then we also I do want to make a call out that some of the fields we've created, you may have created those as custom fields before. We will be able to provide you with migration tools fairly soon that will allow you to move all of the kind of maybe the birthday fields that you created as a custom field or any other field over to the new contacts. And then introducing a lot more kind of support for those smart fields. So anything within the contacts field, you can add to a form. And when a client fills that out, it kind of fills the client profile out immediately. And then commissions, importing, exporting options. I saw in the chat a few times, can I export it to Excel? You might not need to because you can just log into Travefy and see all of the figures there, but that's coming. A lot more enhancements to the dashboard, when it does get to months and months and years, and you can see past kind of how maybe expected commissions compared to last year or this year. That's all coming. And then obviously saving supplier profiles, having being able to just quickly from your drop down click a supplier, maybe have the commission kind of auto filled out on a percentage. This is all coming to make your lives when it comes to tracking a lot easier. So a lot of exciting stuff. I think by the beginning, Scott said we're just getting started, and we actually are. Like there is so much coming over the next few months that I'm really excited for you guys to have.
Amazing. So as we mentioned, there's a ton being released that's already been released in release mode here very soon, and more to come. So watch for those updates from us. Now we want to jump into Q&A time, correct, Stephanie?
Yes, it is time.
All right.
Answer some questions.
I am going to be the official Q&A moderator. I will start off by saying this may be the most questions we've ever seen asked at a Travefy webinar. Just the level of engagement is off the charts. So we will do our best to get to as many questions as possible. If we don't get to your question, I apologize in advance. Plus, we have a huge team in the background answering questions as fast as possible because of the nature of a lot of the CRM questions. They're much more in-depth, and so they do take longer time to answer, especially if we're typing the answers. So we'll do our best that we can. Now, I want to kick it off with a few questions. And so Stephanie's going to be our live demoer of answering things, and Liart's going to be our color commentator to help with some of these. But a few things. So first off, a question from Elijah. So with contacts, with the updates of new fields, are there plans to add in other fields for like birth date, loyalty numbers, or other smart options on forms outside of just the custom fields in there?
Yes. Yeah. So connecting those. So yes, you can, just to make sure I call this out, you can add that now. So you can add like birth date, anniversary, loyalty. Now in terms of the smart field part, Liart, I'll let you speak on that of when they can expect like the fields to connect with the forms.
Yeah. So birthday and anniversary are available right now. That was a very recent update we introduced. So check it out. And then over the next few weeks, we will be kind of adding all of the fields to that custom field. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect. Now, another question from Andrea. I use a separate CRM to enter totals, payments. I really like that I can see in that one like a sales graph, past, current, etc. Liart, what is the product team thinking about in terms of dashboards, reporting, or different things of that nature?
Yeah, absolutely. So because we're just getting started, the dashboard is fairly kind of in its infancy, but we do imagine that we're going to put a lot more effort into this and a lot more work that will allow you to then have these really detailed reports with those pretty graphs and kind of bar charts showing kind of your progress over the years. So there's a lot more exciting things to come here for sure.
That's great. Now, another good one in here. Helen asked, is there a way for a client to send us a picture of their passport, and is it a secure format in there? So Stephanie, I don't know if you can just show very briefly in how to do that.
Yes. Well, first of all, you can see I do have that here. I love when I get the chance to show this because my passport, look at this. You can see the passport copy. Oh, Well, that's two-factor authentication in there.
Security.
It's
Love it.
secured,
That's
but
how it works.
that's how it works. But I think I can show it to you. Nope. Yeah, that is how it works. Here, wait, let me type this in because I have to show you all this. You guys are gonna laugh.
Amazing.
You're gonna love this.
It's a really good thing that works.
Oh yeah, look at my passport. That's my
Sally
sample.
Smith.
I don't think immigration will like this, but that's what it will do. And so how it'll work, what's great is you can either come in and you can manually add this in. So if you have like a document stuff, you can add that in here. But what's really great, we were talking about those custom fields connected with forms. If you have a form that you are creating that you want to collect like passport information, you can see right here, I have one. What you're going to do is you're just going to add a question, and your response that you want your clients to do is a document upload. And that's what it'll be. So it'll be, you can just say like, please upload a photo of your passport in there as well. So that's a nice thing. And by the way, let me call out too, here's those smart fields, but it's really easy. And so that passport photo just came from a form, but again, you can also manually upload it as well. But yeah, it's great because if you ever need it, you just come right into your account and get it, and it's safe and secure.
Perfect. Now, Liart, I'll throw this question to you. Ashanti asked, does the invoice process a payment or just securely collect payment information in a secure credit card authorization?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think I've seen that a few times in the chat as well. We just collect the credit card information securely and in a PCI compliant way. We do not process the payments on your behalf or charge the client's card. That's part of kind of the PCI compliance. So no, we do not process it. We just store it securely.
Perfect. Perfect. And here's a great kind of practicality question that takes trips and invoices all together, et cetera. But Carrie had a great question. Hey, if I'm doing a group cruise, should I put in individual reservations separately or put everything into one trip in there? And so you're starting to get at the value of how a trip works that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and correct me, feel free to jump in for either of you, but this is an example of like a group trip right here that we put together where you can see there's multiple groups. So we created like a main itinerary and then all of that, but you can see that all of this is in one trip. So it's organized in one space. Now, if you had an invoice, you could create multiple invoices for each person. So then you can always see who you've shared it to. So that's where it's also helpful to change that naming if you need, where remember how when you create a new invoice, you can either keep it to this, code that we auto create, or you can put like the travelers' names, but you can have multiple invoices in this one trip. So it's keeping it very organized and easy to jump around, add things for you as well.
Yeah. And so what you're starting to see really unfold in front of you is really kind of the master plan that our engineering and product team was laying out late last year with trips. That at first, trips, when we were doing mainly itineraries and proposals, seemed pretty one-dimensional. Now you're going to see it come to life because a trip really acts as a trip folder that then you can contain multiple different itineraries, multiple different proposals, multiple different forms, and multiple different invoices as well. And so now you have a better way to organize and manage things that functions and works more how you actually work day to day with that. So that's a really great question that you sent in, Carrie. Here's a brilliant question that Patrick asked that I will take this. Patrick asked, hey, will all this new functionality cost me more? Do I have to purchase like more add-ons and stuff? And here's the important answer. No. As you'll notice, we're releasing these things to all of our current active users within Travefy. We're not upping the cost, upping the price as we add each feature and trying to nickel and dime. You're trying to provide as much value in your account because it's a win-win. We want to make you happier with the platform so that you can use Travefy more and more and work more in one place. It benefits agencies and hosts as well to give you more of the tools that you need. So we're not increasing the price as we increase each or add in each of these features along the way. So there's a great question, Patrick. Now, another one for Liart. If a trip has multiple suppliers for commission, can you enter multiple commissions per trip so you can track each of these since they're paid separately?
Absolutely. Yes, you're definitely able to do that per line item and really get granular with the commission you're earning from a trip. And again, this comes back down to the tracking piece, really ensuring that you can track all of these things individually, and making sure that you're able to be granular like that with your data. So yes.
One
Awesome.
thing I want to add on to that, because I forgot to show this, and I saw somebody ask that, is that you can also, like if I make a new invoice here, you can change the currency, because someone had asked this. One thing that's really nice, so see how automatically the currency is at USD, because that's my currency, but you can also change this line by line as well. So if this is, the price 200, but in a different currency, you can do that. So just want to call that out, add that in there.
No, great question. Let's see. Got that. Next one, is there a way for an agency owner to be able to see these commission reports for individual agents? That's a great question. And I'll start with this and then Liart, you can expand upon it. What we will be releasing here in the next few weeks is advisor facing commissions and commission tracking. And so what this is designed to do is make it very simple and very streamlined for any advisor to be able to track any of their commissions, any of their sales within one place and not have to jump around to different systems, not to manage different spreadsheets. Now, there's a reason we purposefully started with this is so that we could solve this part of the problem that advisors face really, really well. And then in future enhancements, future releases, we'll start to solve that problem for agencies and hosts and different things like that. So with that being said, Liart, kind of walk us through kind of whatever you think would be helpful in thinking about, what's to come in that world.
There's a lot of excitement coming in that world, especially when it comes to how we can work with the agency owners, large and small, when it comes to the kind of that data and them being able to mark as payment sent and you being able to mark as payment received and having a lot of that communication when it comes to this data directly in Travefy. One thing I want to make, quite excited but quite clear is we are not at the moment, but very soon going to start focusing on delivering some of these tools for those agency owners. Those tools are a massive benefit for the kind of that admin and agency kind of view, but then they also become a massive kind of help to you as an advisor, as you're able to then, like I said, have that communication within Travefy, and anything that's updated in their end will be updated on your end. So a lot of excitement. I would definitely maybe join the next webinar.
Stay tuned.
More information.
Yep. Stay tuned. Lots more to come. Lots more to come on that. So that is awesome. We had a question from Thomas on, does this support multiple currencies? Stephanie actually just answered that, which is great. And then we've had multiple people ask, hey, can I actually connect multiple email accounts into this email integration? So Liart, I don't know if you can walk through that question.
The answer is yes, you can. You can connect multiple emails within Travefy. And that includes maybe an Outlook and a Google Workspace email or two Google Workspace emails. That is coming very, very soon. So you will be able to do that, yes.
Another thing I want to add to that, the flip side is if your client has multiple emails, you can also do that in here, because that's actually what I was doing, is you can have multiple email addresses for that client. So if they sometimes email you with their work email and sometimes their personal email, you can have both in there and it still will track that. So I thought that was really nice too. So kind of the other side of that still works.
Awesome. We're getting to the end here, so probably just wrapping up a few more questions. Liart, I've seen a few questions around like automation or automation tools. Are there any areas that you and the product team are thinking about that will be enhancements around automation?
Yeah, there are, and that's a great question. Templates and automations, I kind of like to kind of bucket those together about it in high level, and the two we're kind of really excited about is obviously the email. The email automation is a huge time saver. Again, if we go all the way back to what we were saying, it's getting those extra hours back, being able to auto send off emails based on triggers. That is something we are kind of actively looking into and working, something that will be available for you all soon. That could be as simple as whenever it's a client's birthday, send this email, to if this action occurs in this scenario, shoot off this email. So there's a lot of exciting things in that. And then when it comes to kind of some of those templates and automations, the invoicing aspect is also a part where we're definitely interested in, as well as kind of the commissions. So if you remember a bit earlier, we spoke about having those suppliers, being able to put in kind of those standard commission rates. So when you do click a supplier, it kind of just does all that math for you and says what you should be owed based on this. So there's a lot of cool, templates and automation stuff coming down the line.
Awesome. So I'm going to round it out with two more questions, and then we'll see if there's any kind of last call in there. Here's a question. I'll lead off with it, but then feel free, Liart, if there's anything that you want to add to it. But Carla asked, hey, you're talking about a lot of things around client information, payment information. What does security and protection look like, with Travefy? And I want to answer that really squarely. So firstly, we look at security on multiple different levels, from system security to individual user account security, et cetera. Now, firstly, on the user level, obviously we have strict password requirements for your account. I know that sounds silly, but that is one of the most vulnerable things when it comes to your data and securing your account, having a great password. Secondly, we offer two-factor authentication for your accounts. We actually require that if you want to send any type of credit card authorization with Travefy. What you'll also notice is with the email integration, those things will, like with the Gmail integration or Outlook, those will require inherently within that system two-factor authentication as well. So we're building in security on the user account level. Now, on the more system and global level, we employ industry standard security measures. We undergo third-party PCI compliance audits, and end to end, not, hey, this one feature we want to make sure is PCI compliant. The entire Travefy platform, we undergo third-party PCI compliance audits. A really important factor, if you don't know this, is if you use any type of CRM or any type of tool that collects payment information, if you ask them, they should be able to show you or give you their attestation of compliance. It's a certification document that says they are audited and are verified PCI compliant for their platform. And then you also want to make sure, is this for an individual part of your software or for all of your software in there? Travefy undergoes that. We also have a full-time security and risk team that monitors the system and reviews it and runs regular security updates and enhancements. So like when you see those notifications that we're doing scheduled maintenance, that's that team working in the background to make sure you have the best industry standard security and upgrading the system all the time that way. And then we work through lots of additional security reviews, penetration testing, things like that on a regular basis to make sure it's an absolutely secure platform. And we're giving you the best industry standard security practices with that. Now, the last question that I want to touch on, Stephanie, if you can pull back the release schedule slide in there, because I've seen a few questions, a little confusion of, hey, I don't see this in my account, et cetera. So I want to clarify that in the Google slide deck. And so what we've laid out here are some different areas that we will be releasing. And so one slide back from that, if you could. But Invoices is live. So everything that Stephanie walked through today with the invoicing live demo, that's live and inside your account. If you need help with that, reach out via the live chat and our team can get you any of the support resources. We've got a great getting started guide video on this as well for Invoices. Invoices are live. Contacts and the refreshed, revamped contacts interface and new fields, new functionality is live as well. And you can see all of that in your account today. The email integration is not live for all users, but today we're opening up early access for Gmail and Outlook. And those were the polls that we ran earlier. IMAP is coming down the pipeline shortly, but the email integration is not live for everyone. That's why you don't see it in your account. We will be releasing that for all users very, very soon, but we wanted to offer early access today for our webinar attendees. And so that's a special treat and a special thank you for being here with us. Lastly, commissions. Commissions is not live yet. This will be coming out in early July. Our team is putting the finishing touches on it, tweaking, adjusting. It will be going to our Trailblazer beta group very soon. So if you're part of the Trailblazers, you'll get early access to that and you can provide feedback on the commissions tool, et cetera. So that is kind of a rundown and overlook. But Liart, is there anything that you'd add to the overall timing of those releases?
I think that's pretty much it. It's coming very, very soon. So watch this space.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, we are at the top of the hour, and I just want to say from everyone at Travefy and being a part of the founding team, it's so fun to look back at the early days of starting Travefy when honestly our product was so small and kind of embarrassing because it was not fully developed yet. And now just to look to see the incredible embrace and engagement that we've had from so many users worldwide, and to see how the product has grown. And it's been all because of you, the feedback that you give us, how you challenge us to continue to grow and improve the product. So keep up the feedback, keep up the communication. And we just thank you for being here and for using Travefy. But Stephanie, I'll let you close us out.
Ooh, exciting. Well, yeah, keep your eyes on everything. And then if you did do the poll, we'll probably be reaching out here soon with those. But otherwise, yeah, just know that our support team is here and happy to help. If you aren't using Travefy, go to travefy.com, get a free trial started, all that good stuff. So you can dive right in to a lot of this and just get excited, get ready. We have a lot of very exciting webinars coming. So this will be fun. So thank you so much. And thank you, Liart, for joining us today as well.
A pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, everyone.
See ya.